Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make an exfoliating body conditioner. This is a formula that's meant to be applied in the shower or the bath, and the result is beautifully smooth and silky skin. And also the fragrance used in this formula lingers a little bit on the skin after the shower, which I know a lot of you guys like. It's been a long time since I've shared any sort of body conditioner to be used in the shower. Actually, I think I've only shared one other, but you can find this one today and my original one over on my Patreon campaign. I'll place the link in the description box below for you. This will be available at just the $5 level. All right, let's get started. All right, this is a really easy formula to put together. I think you guys are really going to appreciate. Everything goes into the same container and there's only 2 phases. So I'm really excited to be sharing this with you today. I know you guys really liked my last body conditioner video, so hopefully you will also like this one. So we're going to start off by just weighing the distilled water needed for this formula. To the water, we're going to be adding some cationic ingredients. The cationic ingredients are positively charged, and that's what makes them feel conditioning against your skin. So the first one we're going to add is some polyquaternium 7. This ingredient is very inexpensive and it really enhances the way that your product feels. So this can be sourced at Voyager Soap and Candle. That's where I've been getting it at least. And it's found in a lot of other hair care and skincare products like shampoo and conditioner. And today we're using it in a body conditioner. I also use it a lot in body washes and shower gels. You guys have seen me do that. It's a water-soluble product. Really makes a difference. Next, we're going to be adding in a little vegetable glycerin for its hydrating and humectant properties. So this is going to help to draw moisture to your skin. Go ahead and add that in. Perfect. Then we're going to give that a little bit of a stir to combine. Get the glycerin and polyquaternium 7 dissolved in the water. Once that's dissolved, we're going to go ahead and add in our conditioning ingredients. The ingredients that's actually going to turn this into an emulsified conditioner. The next thing I'm going to add is some ingredients here that's going to turn this into a conditioner, like an emulsified lotion-like conditioner. So you guys have seen me use this product before in other things like hair conditioners, and actually I've used it before to create a shaving formula. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen that shaving formula or the tutorial, but that's also available over on my Patreon campaign. So if you purchase this product, you can use it in multiple different formulas that I have over there. So this is called Jeequat. I got this at Lotion Crafter. It is a combination of cetyl alcohol, bihentrimonium chloride, and cocamidal propylbutane and sorbitol laurate. So this is also cationic, giving this a lovely, beautiful, silky feeling. So your skin is negatively charged. So when you add positively charged ingredients to your formulas and put them on your skin, it gives it that lovely feeling like when you rinse conditioner out of your hair. It's that same sort of feeling. So this is what's going to emulsify. This is what's going to emulsify our formula and also bring it those lovely conditioning properties. Before, I used a product called Ice that you can get at Making Cosmetics. It's the same thing. When I went to restock it, I went ahead and got the Lotion Crafter version of it. To this now we're going to add some emollient properties in the way of jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is a wonderful emollient oil to add to your products. It's really similar to your own skin sebum, and so it's great for skin balancing. It's also lightweight. So we're going to go ahead and add this in, and it feels very luxurious. It's a nice and luxurious oil. You could replace this with any other light carrier oil of your choice. Now, that's it for this phase. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a stir. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna heat this up. I'm gonna heat this up to melt down that conditioning base that we've got going on in here to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're gonna emulsify it. So I'll bring you back for the next phase. All right, everything is thoroughly heated through and melted to 160 degrees. You can see it starting to emulsify, and I just stirred it up every minute or so as it was warming up, and you can see that the Jeequat base has started to kind of break down and incorporate into the water, but we also need a immersion blender here to get it really nice and combined. So I'm just putting it on low, put that in there and blend it up. All right, that should do it. If you had any powdered chunks of Jeequat left in there, the immersion blender should get it nice and blended up. Now we're gonna allow this to cool down to about 100 degrees before we move on to phase B. All right, now everything has cooled down to right around 100 degrees. As you can see, it's still like at a thin trace. Not to worry, it will thicken up as we add in the cool down phase ingredients and we give it another blend. So we're gonna go ahead and add in some preservative and then also some fragrance. All right, so for the preservative today, I'm using some liquid Germall Plus. Now I realize it has been banned in Washington State. We talked about that a little bit a few weeks ago when that happened. You could use Optifin to replace the liquid Germall Plus here, but I'm trying to go through my own personal stash before I switch out. So we're gonna go ahead and use that today. So feel free to swap this out with some Optifin. So we're gonna be adding this in and then giving it a little bit of a stir. And by the way, I don't live in Washington. However, I do feel like the ban on liquid Germall Plus will trickle down to all the other states as well. So just getting kind of mentally prepared for that. So the last thing we're going to go ahead and add here before our exfoliant is some fragrance. Now today I'm using the beautiful Tahitian Sunset by Hive and Honey. And let me tell you, in this formula, this fragrance really blooms. It smells a little light out of the bottle, but coming into this fragrance, it smells so good and it lingers on the skin. So we're going to go ahead and add this in. We're using it at a low usage rate as well. Okay, I'm going to give that a little bit of a stir, and it is starting to thicken up a bit more here. And as you will see, once I put my immersion blender back in here, it will really begin to thicken. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and use the immersion blender and bring this up to a thick kind of conditioner type consistency. And there we go. It has come up to a gorgeous thick kind of conditioner consistency. As you can see, it's getting a little bit too thick to use my immersion blender on it, and I'm going to go ahead and just scrape that back into my container here. As you can see, it's got a gorgeous slip, the way it's just kind of slipping off of the immersion blender and down the sides of the beaker here. It feels very silky and airy, hydrating and moisturizing. Giving this a little bit of a stir just to make sure everything is well combined. And as you can see, we're now at a gorgeous thick conditioner type consistency. It's still warm, a little warm to the touch. It will thicken up just a tad more as it cools. Just for reference, it is sitting right around 90 degrees at the moment. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add in our exfoliant. Now, I'm going to give you a few different options for our exfoliants here. Today I'm going to be using some walnut shell powder. I just got this one on Amazon. I'll go ahead and place that in my Amazon store. You can also find the link to my store in the description box. This is a very fine grain like exfoliant that's gentle. If you have nut allergies or you're allergic to walnuts, there's some other things you can use, and I'll share with you what I've done with this formula using a different exfoliant in just a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and add in our walnut shell powder. This is a lightly exfoliating formula, so it's not going to be real scrubby like a sugar scrub made with white granulated sugar. This is definitely more gentle and could also be used on the face. I'm going to give that a good stir to combine all the walnut shell. Looks so beautiful. It looks just very natural and lovely. It looks like something you would use if you were going to like a day spa somewhere. So it's just gorgeous. All right, we're going to go ahead and package this up. Just make sure my walnut shells are evenly dispersed here. There we go. So today I'm going to be using these cute little plastic black little pots. I got these on Amazon, and I will also be placing these in the store if you're interested in these. So we made 200 grams today of product. Of course, you can use the percentages to scale up or down as you like. Doesn't that look gorgeous in this little black container? So pretty and natural looking. These are little 4-ounce containers, I believe. So they hold the 200 grams, perfect. And there you go. That's how you make a beautiful exfoliating body conditioner. Now, if you hang around, I'll give you a little bit of a use demo and also show you what else I've used for alternative exfoliants. All right, to use this product, we're just going to go ahead and take a little bit of the product out with this little wooden spoon. I'm going to go ahead and wet my arm a little bit first so you can see the conditioning effects that it has. You don't have to use the little wooden scoop, but if you don't want to dip your wet hands in and out of there, it's probably not a bad idea. So we're just going to scoop a little bit out. That's going to be more than enough right there. Now onto your wet skin, you're going to go ahead and apply. And it just feels so good going on. It feels a lot like hair conditioner, but even silkier, I would say. A little bit. It's just got great slip and emolliency. By the way, the pH on this product is right around a 4. So the walnut shells add a nice scrub to this. I would say it's gentle, but it's probably about a medium range scrub. Just feels really, really good. So you could put any other kind of fine grain exfoliant in there. You could probably even experiment with sugar. But as you can see, it's just kind of emulsifying with my wet skin as well. And then all you do is you just rinse off the product while you're in the shower or the bath. And your skin just feels so gorgeous and silky, hydrated. This is a great option too if you're kind of in a rush and you don't really want to put lotion on, or you know what, this is also a really good option if you love to use body oils. Getting out of the shower after using this and then placing a body oil onto your damp skin, this would be a great combination with body oils. So as far as other exfoliants go, I have used in prior batches when I was practicing, I have used pink vitamin E beads. They look like this. Vitaburst beads. These came from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And when they go into the product, this is what they look like. So this gives it a nice kind of pink hue, and they have all different kind of colors. Greens, blues, golds, black. The black has the charcoal in it. So there's all kinds of different exfoliants you can use. This is just another example. Now, the exfoliating properties with the pink Vitaburst beads are minimal. It's very, very light. It would be like almost adding in like a bee pollen powder or a carrot powder where you can feel it, but it's super light. So if you want more of an exfoliant, go with something like a walnut shell. You can also use quartz. There's some other fine grain ones you can look at on like Lotion Crafter, but this is another example of something that you can use, and this gives your skin a little bit of extra vitamin E as well. Or you could get fancy and use a combination of both Vitaburst beads and walnut shells. All right, everyone, that's how you make a gorgeous exfoliating body conditioner. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to leave me some questions and comments in the description box below. That really means a lot to me. It really helps to get my videos promoted to other people like you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, everyone, catch you on the next video. Bye, keep shining.